Welcome back to Corporate Corridor. We're talking to the CEO of General Tyre today, Mohammad Shahid Hussain. We're talking about various factors of this particular tyre industry in Pakistan. Now, Mr. Shahid, before going on to break, we're talking about what General Tyre's role has been in Pakistan and how the journey has been, especially with the economic crisis which the entire world saw in the previous year. Now, moving forward, raw materials also are a major part of the cost as far as General Tyre is concerned. And from what we were talking before the interview, 90% of the costs are imported, or let's say more than that, are imported costs. Now, imported costs are sort of fluctuate with the fluctuation in our local currency. In the past year, we've seen a massive fluctuation. So how have that impacted overall profitability and just the planning process?
Well, in our case, it was, as you rightly said, more than almost 97% of our materials are imported. So we are very vulnerable to any exchange rate fluctuation or oil prices going up. So this is exactly what happened. So costs went up, if I'm not wrong, anywhere from 35 to 40% in this during this
particular
period.
year. Yeah.
And again, one cannot plan that dollar will shot up from 60, 62 to suddenly 80 rupees.
Absolutely.
One cannot plan that raw material suddenly having a certain history will go up by 40%. So of course we were not able to quickly react, and there was no chance of passing on those sort of costs immediately to the industry, OE, or to the replacement market.
Absolutely.
So we had to take a big hit during that period. But having said that, now that things have stabilized, we are trying to come back. We have been able to convince our customers that our costs have gone up. So some adjustments have been accepted, but this took us about 6 months to 1 year to get to that level. And of course, in the process, we are a public company, so we have shown losses last year. We're probably going to end up with losses this year as well. The good thing that has happened is in the last quarter of last year's financial year, last quarter has been pretty good, because as I said, things have stabilized.
Yeah.
And we have been able to agree on certain price levels with our customers. Thanks to them, they have understood our situation. So we are coming back on track.
All right, and in this process and in these difficult times, General Tyre was also in the process of launching, and which has been launched, a new brand of tyres by the name of Euro. So tell us a little bit about this tyre, and the General Tyres has an affiliation with Continental as well, which is a well-known tyre brand all across. So what is their affiliation, and do they hold stakes in General Tyres?
I'll tell you about Euro first. Euro is from our point of view, it's a new generation tyre. Because in order to excel in the replacement market, where all sorts of variety of tires are being imported, or if I may say smuggled and under-invoiced, we are there also to compete. And with the limited range that we had, because we were specifically making tires for OE, and as I said, whatever was surplus was going to replacement market. But now in order to compete with them, we needed a wider variety of tires and a new generation of patterns and designs. So Euro is basically an attempt in that direction. It is paying us quite well. It has been accepted not only by our OE customers after very stringent tests carried out not here but in Japan and Germany and Thailand, and almost on 16 parameters we have come out good on 16 as against 2 very big brands in the world. So we are very proud of that, and these tires are now going in the replacement market as well, and it's not going to stop here. We're going to carry on this activity of introducing new designs, new patterns, and the process is on. Inshallah, in the coming 6 months to 1 year, we're going to add on a lot in that direction.
All right, and we're also slightly importing some amount of exporting tires as well. How is the export market for tires in Pakistan?
Export is something which we haven't focused in the last few years. It is just that whenever we have a very serious query, then we like to respond to that. And in the process, we have been exporting to Yemen, Syria, Afghanistan to a certain extent, and perhaps few exports to Bangladesh as well. But we have a certain restriction. You mentioned about Conti, which I was not able to cover, but Continental is our partner. They are our partners in this organization. They have a share, and besides that, we have a technical service agreement with them. Now, by virtue of this technical service agreement, we are provided all sorts of technical backup, know-how, specifications. They also provide us information and guidelines on whom should we patronize for our raw material sourcing. So these are all that, and of course training.
Absolutely.
So without them, and they also have, they're set up in worldwide in various places. So they are not allowing us to export everywhere.
Okay. So there are certain limitations.
There are certain limitations, and we have to go by their guidelines and their permissions. So once we are allowed on certain countries, that's where we can go and export.
All right, and let's just also mention here that for those of our viewers who are not very familiar with Continental, Continental is the tire brand, original equipment manufacturer for brands such as Mercedes-Benz and BMW.
Absolutely, they are the #1 in Germany, #1 tire manufacturer in Germany, and #4 in the world.
So that gives us...
It's not a small entity, and by the way, no other company in Pakistan can claim having any association whatsoever with any foreign company.
So that gives us the sort of expertise which is being incorporated in General Tire, and for the benefit of our industry as well. We'll continue talking about that, Mr. Shahid. We'll also talk about now the problems which the industry is facing. Mr. Shahid has been mentioning the smuggling issue. That is a significant problem for the tire industry. We'll take a very short break here, come back and discuss that in detail. So do stay with us.